This is Francesca Fuentes, and you're listening to No Good Music.
I keep a guitar at your house for when you wanna ask me to write some songs again. We could sit back under the moon, look at me as you sing, feel the breeze that comes with June. I'm going crazy, I can't do this, but I need to try. Heavy breathing through these moments that feel broken, and I need to focus on why we need this space and time. I'm barely breathing, I'm barely breathing, I'm barely breathing, I'm barely breathing.
We have a special guest with us today. She's a singer, songwriter from New Jersey. She was named 2025 Breakout Artist of the Year by Atlantic City's Elephant Talk Independent Music Awards. A few months ago, she won the Homegrown Music Video Award for I Just Want to Be Your Lover Again. And she just released her new single, Barely Breathing, on April 17th. Let's all welcome to No Good Music, Francesca Fuentes.
The crowd goes wild.
Love it. I love the clapping.
Hopefully I said your name right. I have a problem with Francesca.
Francesca Fuentes.
Yeah, Francesca Fuentes. Actually, normally it's the last name people get wrong.
Fuentes. Fuentes.
Well, I remember Daisy Fuentes.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. And you're our second Francesca.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah. The other Francesca is our youngest person being interviewed. It was age 14 or 15 or something, but she's a singer-songwriter down in Florida, and she's just barely 18. So looking for her future to be bright.
Nice. I think I am familiar. I believe Francesca Tarantino, right?
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe I follow her, and sometimes we appear together on the A-break charts. And like,
Okay.
Awesome to hear. That's news. That's news
Your
to me.
competition.
That's news to me. Yeah.
I'm like, there's another Francesca with me. So,
Yeah.
that's just great.
It's awesome.
So you're a Jersey girl. We grew up in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And
And now we're back again here in Washington, New Jersey.
we're like central, western New Jersey.
Mhm.
What part of the state did you grow up in? And are you still in that area? Are you still living there?
Yeah, I was born in Freehold, but I was raised in West Long Branch, and I still currently reside here in West Long Branch. West Long Branch is really close to Asbury Park, where I
Mhm.
do
Oh, yeah.
town shows. So my hometown shows are always done in Asbury because West Long Branch is just too tiny.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's great. Freehold to Asbury Park. We know about that, right?
And what would you say your favorite town, besides the town you live in? Because mine is actually Wildwood.
Okay.
That's because it's as far south as you can get. That's why.
Yeah, I really like my parents are from Jackson, so I have a little bit of a personal connection to Jackson,
Mhm.
despite it being a lot of woods.
Yeah.
But, I have a little bit of a personal connection there, and then I love Homedale because Homedale Park. I ran cross country and track when I was in high school, so I do have personal connection there as well. I did a lot of cross country meets at Homedale Park, so I like Homedale, and I like Nutley as well, like North Jersey,
Mhm.
nostalgic.
Okay.
Excellent. So we found out a little something new there. Track. Any other sports that you were into? Was track your main sport?
Yeah, I ran cross country and track for all 4 years in high school. I wasn't an athlete other than that. I mean, I was an athlete, but I didn't play any other sports.
Yeah.
I did cheerleading in my senior year of high school as like a fun activity, as a little bit of running, but for the most part, yeah, just running.
Yeah, excellent.
I did no sports.
Yeah,
but
we won't talk about mine.
Yeah. Okay. No, Matt did soccer.
No, we won't talk about that.
Yeah. So before we start talking about music, your nickname. Now I feel really kind of stupid because I didn't realize it was part of your name. But could it be that you also, and your nickname is Chess, could it also be because you're obsessed with the game of chess?
Drum roll, please.
I have gotten that question before. I actually never played.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All
Never
right.
played before, but I did start doing little chess lessons on Duolingo. They actually teach you all the
Yeah.
little
Hmm.
moves and stuff. So I started doing that.
Yeah.
I've been consistent with it, but no, I've actually never played.
I used to play as a teenager, and then everybody would beat me. My dad beat me. My friend Ron beat me. I gave it
Hmm.
up because it's like bowling, when you're last, and you just can't score. Yeah. So anyway, I like chess, but I'm not good at it.
I think you either need to play when you're really young or really old.
Well, I was young. I was young, and I was getting my butt kicked. But...
Enough about you. So you've been creating music for a while. Are you from a musical family? Does anyone in your family play an instrument or write music?
So no, my uncle played the guitar when I was young. So he was always around playing guitar. He really loved the Grateful Dead and Bob
Hmm.
Seger and artists
Mhm.
like that. So he was always playing that stuff, like, and he spent a lot of time in our house. So following, having him around, I had expressed interest in learning guitar, and then my mom got me guitar lessons, and then I started playing and when he would come over, we would play together sometimes. But other than that, no, I don't come from a musical family. I mean, my mom introduced me to a lot of my influences and introduced me to a lot of music. My mom grew up seeing a lot of bands, a lot
Hmm.
of bands. Yeah, so a lot of influence from her and my uncle, but like indirectly, I guess.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's good. Yeah.
Now, I hear in your voice Lisa Stansfield. Do you know who she is?
I do not.
Okay, you got to check her out. And
Okay.
Sade.
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 Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Sade, I do know, and she's actually one of my influences for
But
sure.
listen to Lisa Stansfield. She's from, I think, the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'll have to listen to that.
Now, were there any singers that obviously influenced you? Anybody that you really still is your favorite? And
Yeah, I mean, I grew up listening to Taylor Swift. She was like my first
Mhm.
influence. And then that was kind of middle school, going into high school. And then high school, I was started listening to Amy Winehouse a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Mhm.
Amy was like a huge influence.
Hmm.
And after college, I started listening to like more rock and metal. And I really got into like Black Label Society, Zach Wild.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, so like those three people like are probably my most influential like artists that I sort of looked up to, and actually you could hear things from their discography like seeping into my work. Hear something, oh, what is she listening to? And
Hmm.
I would
Yeah.
say it's my top three.
Taylor Swift to Amy Winehouse, that's a wide range as far as artistically. But yeah, vocally, yeah, we can hear some of that.
Yeah. My next record actually that's coming out, like Barely Breathing was the lead single, but following this, I do have a lot of other songs on the record that have more of a rock influence that you'll be able
Okay.
to hear some of it gets darker, the story progresses, and you can kind of hear some Zach Wild influence, which I think is really cool because when people look at me, they don't expect me to have that background or
Hmm.
listen. They're just like, it sort of takes people aback, but
Yeah.
then like, oh, like what was she listening to? And it was that.
Yeah.
Do you have a title for the new album?
I do. It's called Promise of Patience.
Okay. And where would Barely Breathing fall on the album? If are there some songs similar to that song besides, like what you just said with the more heavier stuff?
Honestly, no. I mean, I think Barely Breathing is sort of like the door opener, and it introduces the story of the album really well. It's like the first song that I wrote for the album. So
Okay.
very beginning of like what I started to experience. I would say that I was still sort of, I had not yet evolved into what I am now. So it's sort of like feels like that song is like the crossroads of my sound. Before writing this record, I was listening, like I still loved like Taylor Swift and Amy, and like I would, my first record had a lot of influence in like sort of like a soul pop thing.
Mhm.
And then I started writing like the album, and I wrote Barely Breathing, and it was like first and last, I felt like, song that sort of had that part of me from the past, but was like introducing something new.
Mhm.
So I would say it's the first song on the record. So it's
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, yeah. So
track one. So it introduces the whole thing. Afterwards, like it starts getting darker and there's some rock influence. There is this sort of theme where you hear some emotional and spiritual transformation happening. So it's a journey for sure.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Speaking of the next album, upcoming album, do you have the same band, the same members, or do they cycle through? Like, do you have the same people or different people?
Yeah, so the record was produced by Michael Flannery, and he was my songwriting professor at Monmouth University.
Mhm.
Prior to me working with him, I had actually worked with my former partner, and he produced my first album.
That's
And
great.
then my second album is kind of about like me coming into myself and kind of going through the painful journey of like separating from a meaningful collaboration. So Mike was my songwriting professor, and I had, he obviously knew me personally, and he was seeing me experience everything at firsthand. So it was cool that he was the perfect person to work on this with me. So all the instruments that you hear on Barely Breathin' is actually Mike. And then we had Ingo Marte do the live drums. So we tracked all of it at Mike's home studio. And I do not have a live band right now, but it's
Mhm.
something that I really, really would love because I feel like my songs will definitely come to life much more in a live
Excellent.
setting.
Yeah, yeah, excellent.
So on the new album, is Mike, you just said he's playing all the instruments. You're only doing vocals and obviously you probably wrote the lyrics
Mhm.
Yeah.
and the music.
So I am playing guitar on a couple songs, and I do have some production credits on a couple of the songs as well, because prior to me working with Mike officially, beginning the recording process of this record, I was demoing everything either from here in my room or, with friends. I have a lot of music friends that I just hang out with late at night, and they would demo things that I was writing. So, prior to me actually going through the process with Mike, I had sent him a whole folder of demos and the fully written songs of me just playing guitar. And some of that stuff did make the final cut. So we have a couple of interludes on the record that I produced right from here. And I am playing guitar on a couple of the songs. I did write all of the songs. I think there's a couple that I did co-write. Like I had had the shell of it, and then I had like a friend come on and write with me. There's one song I have called Think of Me that I co-wrote with Jim Mill. He was in a band called Windward, and
Okay. Mhm.
he has a very rock voice, like Eddie Vedder, Pearl Jam
Yeah.
vibe. And that song definitely you can hear the, rock influence from him, but also from what I was listening to, Zach Wild, Black Label Society, all that. I feel like that song specifically, you can hear that. So yeah, but I mostly wrote all of the songs myself on my guitar and then was demoing them and doing some production on the interludes as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mike is playing all of the instruments and did the production, and then we had Ingo Marte do all the
Mhm.
drums.
So is the album complete or you have a release date?
Yeah, so the album is fully complete. It's mixed and mastered. We're all completely done. It took us about 3 years to like finish
Oh, wow.
everything.
Wow.
It took me a year to write it. So it took me a year to write it. Started writing it in 2021 all the way till 2022. And then in early 2023, Mike and I started actually recording it.
Yeah.
And I obviously am not a full-time artist because
Mhm.
I work, I have my day job, and Mike has his job. So we would really do this. We worked on it as much as we could, but of course, like there were life obstacles in the way at times. So
Mhm.
it did take longer than obviously we would have liked, but everything is, on the timeline that it should be, because when you're working on something, when it's ready, it's ready.
Yeah. That makes sense. Taking 3 years if you're both, doing those other things, have a regular job and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was also like a vigorous experience. Like it was a very just even like recording the vocals for one song was very emotionally depleting because I really had to tap into the emotion of the recording.
Yeah.
And since the material is so heavy, there's no point in putting something out if you can't really feel it.
Mhm.
So, and Mike is really good at vocal direction. Having him in the studio with me to he would just come up with these really cool analogies to sort of put me in the space of the emotion of the song. He would be like, imagine you're standing at the tip of a cliff and you're like, shot, you know what I mean? He was just a really good director like that. So even just doing vocals for one song was exhausting, so it was a lot of work. It was vigorous for sure. It wasn't your average experience, I felt.
So you're pushing yourself a little bit more on these songs. Not that you didn't put your all into songs you've already
going deeper personally. Sounds like
I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not something that I've ever done before. It's my first record I wrote in college alongside my college boyfriend, and we I had a much different sound, and I was obviously younger and my voice was less developed, but I'm still very proud of that work. But this, you could hear it's about like the artist transformation and it's cool that I have these two projects to sort of compare and be like, this is what I was. This is how I evolved. So it's really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about your award, the Garden State Film Festival. You won for I Just Want to Be Your Lover Again. And I have notes on the video because I actually...
Okay.
He took notes. He actually took notes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, the video is very professionally done.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple comments I wanted to read from, let's talk about the video. Couple comments from YouTube. Love this song. It's such a great vibe. Awesome video. Video is gorgeous. I'm obsessed. So proud of you. And so it starts off you and some friends walking into a bowling alley and meeting up with, there's two guys. And the one guy in the video is he still your boyfriend? I know we're getting personal.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's my real partner. Yes.
Okay.
Your fans want to know. That's why we're doing this.
Yeah.
Your fans want to know.
Yeah. People ask. I mean, it's definitely
good.
Now, did you film I assume you filmed in New Jersey?
I did. It was 100% shot in New Jersey, which was kind of like the category that I won was kind of the requirement. The category was 75% shot in New Jersey.
And where was the bowling alley?
The bowling alley is called Shore Lanes in Neptune.
Okay.
Definitely is not a more like it's definitely more of an old school bowling alley. It's not super renovated or anything. It kind of really look older, which was why I picked that place. I was like, this is perfect.
There's not many bowling alleys.
No, ours was bulldozed a couple years ago in Phillipsburg, right? The one we used to hang out at,
Okay.
But where I live in Washington, there is a bowling alley. It's been here since I can remember.
And have you been there once?
I've been there. Well, I can't bowl anymore because I have arthritis. So I'm getting. But, yeah, I wish I could bowl. I liked bowling, but anyway. So,
how was the experience?
Tell us about
how was that experience making that video?
Yeah, the video was definitely a lot of work, but so worth it. As everything. It took about a year to make. So the video, what I would do is I would save up some money and I would pay my videographer like for, however many hours we were doing or for that like half day or whatever we had going on. And he was really helpful and like worked with me on that. And so I would basically save up some money for like the day and I would plan out the day, plan out the outfit. Obviously the video was very focused on the decades. So, each outfit and look that we had was very like, it had a lot of detail. Being that I didn't have a hair and makeup team or really anyone helping me besides like my boyfriend and my mom, I would just book days. So shot it across 4 days, across the span of about 10 months or something like that. So the first day was the Priscilla Presley look. And then the second day was on the rooftop in Hoboken. My friend, my videographer, he lived in Hoboken at the time. And that was actually his real apartment building. We shot on the rooftop there.
Hmm.
And then this like third day was I believe that was like the bowling alley was the last day and the black and white was the third. So yeah, we shot across those days so that I gave myself a lot of space so that I could like save up money and plan out the looks. And it was really cool. It was a cool thing that I got to do with my boyfriend as well, because I felt like got to see a little bit more of what I do. So,
Mhm.
and I think he did a good job as well.
Yeah, I think the video came out great.
Yep.
So the award was for it was for a video that was mostly shot in New Jersey, right? It didn't go with like a movie or anything, right?
No, yeah, the category, they have two music video categories at the Garden State Film Festival. There's best video out of like in the like country, and then there's homegrown music video, which kind of more honors the, home state's talent, which I think is really cool that they do that.
Oh yeah.
So they kind of, the New Jersey filmmakers are recognized in that way. So for my category, I submitted to the homegrown music video category, which, like I said, it is has to be 75% shot in New Jersey, and we did 100. So it's cool that you see like Hoboken too, because that's New Jersey and like not, but it's not immediately like by my house. But then Shore Lanes is closer. It's cool.
Now at the festival, do they show each of the videos?
Yeah,
that you're up against. Like, how many other artists were you up against?
Yeah, I don't know actually, because I did go to the festival and I did go to my screening where my video was playing. But the thing is with music videos, they don't usually put them all in the same screening, because I think what they do is they like to spread them out across different screenings so that people are just not watching like a screening of music videos.
Oh, yeah.
So mine was alongside some really, really cool short films, some really great acting. I loved all of the films in my section. I didn't go to any of the other days. I kind of just went to that one. And then I went to the awards dinner the next day. But yeah, I haven't actually watched any of like the other submissions. I just,
okay.
I'd like to. I'm sure they're all very good. Because what I saw, like all of my category, or my section, my screening, everything was amazing. Like it was really, really good. I know that they say that like they get like thousands of submissions with the Garden State Film Festival is like definitely like a bigger festival than like the one that I was in 2019. That was the Lovesick Film Festival. I loved that one too, but that one was much smaller scale. So this one was definitely cool to be a part of.
And is there an actual award?
An actual trophy?
Yeah,
A trophy?
I have,
a major award?
yeah, I have they give you like a plaque kind of.
Okay.
So it's on my Instagram actually. You guys can. It's like a square plaque that they give you. Yeah, I didn't know that if I was gonna win. Like I really.
That's exciting though. I mean,
it was definitely cool. It was really cool. I'm really grateful for that.
So are you working on any new videos for the new album?
Yes, I am. I am really working on a music video for Barely Breathing right now.
Okay.
My goal is to have album be companioned to like a visual world and have some like a short film that showcases the journey in like a condensed way. So I picked like 4 songs that I want to do videos for, but I'm going to tie all the videos together so that they're a movie.
Yeah.
So
making it about 20 minutes long, maybe something like that.
25 minutes exactly. You hit it on the dot, literally. But yeah, so the first video is Barely Breathing because, like I told you guys, it's the beginning of the story, and I think it would really bring to life my experience in a way that people could visualize. Of course, there are songs that I probably won't do videos for. Like a song that I think about doing a video for, but probably won't do is my song Think of Me, because it's really personal. It's like the darkest song on the record. And I feel like it would be so strange to try to visualize or like redo what I actually went through in a video. It seems so strange to try to do because how could I encapsulate a dark period of my life like that on screen? That's something that I kind of go through and conflicting in my head. But yeah, I definitely am choosing songs that are like would encapsulate the whole record and sort of give people an inside look visually, because I love visuals. Visuals are really important. You know, I try to do things DIY, but of course, like things like I Just Want to Be Your Lover Again, that was done with a videographer. And, you know, I plan to do the videos with him as well. But for things like small visuals, like I really want to do lyric videos for all the songs and just like put them on YouTube.
Right.
My YouTube channel has grown a lot. People are like buying merch now.
Nice.
So it's like definitely like people are really interested in supporting and returning, which is important. So it would be cool to just give people as much as I can to explore surrounding the album.
Yeah. And now with social media, you know, you gotta almost post daily, but not too much where people, you know, get sick of you.
Yeah.
You know.
You could, but
yeah,
it's probably not the best.
Now you mentioned that you have a regular job and you are a registered yoga teacher. Now, when I have a print shop and I work from home now, but when I had my business partner, she was a certified yoga instructor. Do you manage both the music and your job on the same level? Is there one more important than the other right now, or are they both kind of? I mean, a job is a job. You have to be there, and then you're, you know, creating this album too, so you got to manage both at the same time.
It's definitely a challenge to, you know, be an artist in the regular world. It's something I'm actually writing about as right now, and something that I actually want to be the theme of my next record that I write.
Okay.
I've written a couple songs already. One of them's called Wasted Potential, and it's about this like really negative artist that's like in the dumps, and she's like, like I am just like stuck and I'm wasted potential, which is like so negative to say as an artist. That's so negative to say. But it's like these, like, you know, artists sometimes really struggle with things like artist angst. And it's something I really want to explore in a more introspective manner in the next record. You know, where a record 1 and 2 are very romance falling in love, and then record 2 is like, I'm dying, like this is terrible. You know, and record 3 I want to be more like introspective and like family and friends and things like that. But to answer your question, I am a registered yoga teacher. I do not currently teach. My yoga teacher training was actually something that I was doing while I was going through all these difficult things that I was writing about for this album. And it was actually something that I leaned into when music was too painful to lean into. So there is actually, I did a recording of my sound bowl on the record So I don't know if you guys are familiar with sound healing.
Like singing bowl? Or?
Yeah, like the singing bowl. So
Yeah.
During my yoga teacher training, we did a lot of that, and it was very healing for me. And they say that, like, you know, you have chakras in your body that are connected to sounds and frequencies. It's cool because, like, it's like you are made of music, right? Like the music lives within you.
Yeah, the frequencies, so
the sound bowls was like a healing experience for me that I ended up incorporating into the record. I recorded my sound bowl. But yeah, my yoga teacher training is definitely like an important part of my life that I'll never forget. It was there for me during a really difficult time.
Yeah.
Currently, I am working as a marketing lead for like a juice bar, not by my house. So I work in the juice bar, and then I also have just started getting some like marketing opportunities, doing like events. Prior to this, I was working as a music marketing assistant, actually.
Yeah.
So did music marketing assistant, some publicity assistant. So yeah, like there's been a lot of interesting work experiences alongside my music career, but you know, both are really important. I always value my work experience in my career because I learn, you know, valuable skills that I can apply to meeting new people and, you know, getting new music opportunities too. So I think that they can actually go hand in hand. I don't think the something that helps me and like is positive for me is like, you know, I'm meeting all these cool people, you know, and I'm getting different opportunities in my career, but the same applies to my music career. You know, they can go hand in hand, which I think is really cool.
Yeah. I was going to say they really complement each other. The the yoga being the physical and then sometimes spiritual or soulful, and then the art of songwriting and singing. Yeah, it's very complementary. Keeping you healthy, right?
Yeah, totally.
trying to stay healthy.
I think it's important to do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
And to have a little, be able to create music and also, you still have to, have a livelihood working. I mean, we would love to be, I won't mention, Joe Rogan, I don't like, but anyway, we'd love to be like a Joe Rogan, where we could just do the podcast and interview people. But,
of course.
But you gotta.
Not happening.
But we do things that make us happy.
Yeah. And creative, your creative outlet. Yeah.
Do you have any shows planned, or are you planning once the album comes out to maybe do some local shows? Or I know you probably won't be doing a full on tour. Right, without
the regular.
I mean, hopefully the album blows up and you'll be able to leave your job.
I was actually doing a lot of shows back in the summer. So last summer I did a lot of shows. We did New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, and I made some really cool connections in Pittsburgh. I did a video there. There's a girl, Allie Gibson, there that she's like great. So I have done a little bit of touring. I haven't done an official tour. That's something I would like to do. I'd love to open up for somebody bigger than me, bigger than myself, and, connect with new people in that way. But I don't have any shows booked right now. Right now, I'm just working on like the video stuff, the marketing stuff, really getting everything like ready for the album. There's like a lot to do, and live performing is important. But it's not everything. There's a lot that goes into it other than just live performing, especially in the day and age of like social media and internet. There's a lot to do. So I have kind of actually taken a little bit of a break from live performing. My last show was actually like less than 2 weeks ago. It was April 23rd in Brooklyn. I played at the Pink Frog Cafe.
Okay.
So I just kind of like wrapped up my shows, but I'm not done. I'm definitely going to do more this year. Definitely going to do another like hometown show within the year.
You're really quite busy right now with everything you just said. So we'll look to live performing in the future sometime. Yeah, that sounds good.
So we have about 5 minutes. But we have what we call the mystery question.
Okay.
I have you pick a number between 1 and 15. I ask you one question. So whatever that number.
So give us a number.
Okay, I'm definitely going to pick 7.
That's our favorite number, but we won't talk about that. All right, 7. What do we got there, Rob?
You've just invented a time machine. What year are you going back to? And where are you going? What are you doing?
Time machine. Where and when?
Where and when? I'm going to 2021.
Okay.
So not super far.
Not too far back, yeah.
But I'm going to go to 2021. And I'm going to go to my front porch where I was sitting, and I'm going to tell myself that music is not over, and there are many things to achieve, and there are many blessings in the far future or in the distance that she can't see, but she'll be so grateful when she finds them.
Wow. Beautiful.
Thank you. It's not over is the phrase I heard.
Yes, it's not over.
It's not over. It's not over, girl. Yeah.
No.
That's great.
So thank you for talking to us today. Our listeners can find you on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and your music video can be found, wherever you stream music. Thank you.
Yeah, it's so good to meet you virtually.
Of course. It was lovely to meet you guys as well. Amazing.
Can't wait till the new album comes out.
Yeah. Have a great rest of the day.
Yeah, you too. Thanks,
all right.
guys.
Okay.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You expected me to accept losing you. Never gonna get over the thrill. The way I felt so fulfilled. Not a thing compares to the way that I loved you. And I do still. And I always will. Just wanna be your lover again, babe. Just wanna be your lover. Just wanna be
You've been listening to No Good Music. Today's interview was produced and edited by Rob J. Lilly and recorded via Zoom at the Did You Say
7
Studios in Washington, New Jersey. You can find No Good Music on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Pandora, and almost anywhere you listen to podcasts. The song's Barely Breathing and I Just Want to Be Your Lover Again, used with permission from Francesca Fuentes. Exit music by the band 99%.